Xbox One Judder issues in the UK. If you're in a country other than the US, specifically one that uses the 50 Hz standard instead of the 60 Hz standard for power and video, you may have noticed that doing video pass-through on your Xbox One results in judder. This is because the Xbox One is 60 Hz internally and actually outputs 60 Hz in most instances. But since the source signals for soccer, football, and everything else in most of those countries like the UK is at 50 Hz, the system tries to compensate by dropping frames rather than even just doubling frames in order to get up to 60 Hz. This results in some stutter, especially on tickers at the bottom like sports scores or news, or when you do a pan across the field to see what's going on. You can really notice this judder. Now, hopefully Xbox can fix this with a patch later that would either update the frame rate so that it is a step up rather than a step down, or making the output of the Xbox switch to 50 Hz mode when using the snap mode to show video. But I kind of think this isn't a rectifiable solution. The real solution would be to pick some intermediary frame rate to run at, or to do some very fancy frame interpolation in order to make everything run smoothly. But 60 and 50 Hz are kind of hard to do that with. Typically what you do is you change the frame rate for one or the other and slowly over time and adjust for the audio. Well, you can do that with pre-recorded stuff. It's very hard to do with live broadcast in real time. So likely this video pass-through mode on the Xbox is only going to be resolved if Xbox switches so that all of the PAL systems are running at 50 Hz, lowering the frame rate of video games, which could be a challenge for developers, especially since they won't have tested the early games running in this 50 Hz mode. This is going to make development a little bit harder, and so Microsoft is going to have to pick a better video experience, a better game experience, or basically saying that the video pass-through mode doesn't work in PAL.